How does climate change relate to feast and famine? Imagine a world where the seasons no longer follow their usual patterns. This is the reality many communities face today due to climate change. It significantly affects food availability, leading to cycles of feast and famine. Feast refers to times of food abundance, while famine indicates periods of scarcity. Climate change disrupts local environments, impacting rainfall, temperature, and seasonal cycles. These changes can lead to crop failures and reduced availability of wild foods. Livestock can also suffer from stress or loss, increasing the risk of famine. Subsistence strategies are the methods communities use to obtain food. These include foraging, pastoralism, horticulture, and agriculture. Each strategy is a cultural adaptation to specific environmental conditions. However, climate change introduces new challenges that can overwhelm these adaptations. For instance, in areas with variable rainfall, communities often diversify crops and adjust planting times to cope with climate variability. But when climate change exceeds their ability to adapt, famine can occur. Feast periods can happen when environmental conditions improve or when communities successfully adapt to climate impacts. These periods lead to food surpluses. On the other hand, famine arises when climate shocks, like droughts or floods, overwhelm local coping mechanisms, resulting in food shortages. The relationship between climate change and feast and famine is not just ecological. It also involves social and cultural aspects. These cycles affect social organization, labor division, and economic exchanges within communities. Furthermore, climate change interacts with broader social and economic factors. Globalization, industrial development, and resource management policies can either increase vulnerability or create new opportunities for resilience. Indigenous and local populations often relying on their knowledge of the environment to adapt. However, rapid climate shifts can undermine these traditional systems, making feast and famine cycles more severe or unpredictable. Understanding how climate change relates to feast and famine highlights the importance of supporting local adaptive capacities. It is essential to preserve traditional ecological knowledge and consider social dynamics when addressing food security in a changing climate. This approach shows that climate impacts on subsistence are complex and influenced by cultural, economic, and environmental interactions.